Hi guys, welcome back to Chef Reynas Kitchen Delights. Today we are back here making this delicious tomato sauce. I will be using fresh tomatoes, tomato paste, and we have some peppers and hard chicken. So let me quickly show you the tomato paste I'll be using for this recipe. This is it, and here are my frozen fresh tomatoes. So guys, I have my frozen peppers. So what I'll have to do, I'll have to just try to defrost them, take off the skin, and then I'll bring them to a boil. Here is my hard chicken. As you can see, this is a very big pot of sauce. So follow along as we make this delicious and yummylicious meal. Also, I have some bay leaves, onion, garlic, ginger, and I'll be showing you other ingredients that I'll be using for this recipe. Here is my jassa seed. If you are from Cameroon, you should be familiar with this. And there is no perfect stew from Cameroon without this jassa seed. I have my seasoning cubes. So I'll be using the Maggi crevette, which is made up of crayfish, for this delicious stew. In this bowl, I have lots of other seasonings. You can go ahead to use whatever is suitable for you. Also, I'll be using some leeks. And here, I have some celery stems. My dear friends, when you follow this recipe, you will never go wrong with your stew. So what I have to do is I'll just have to wash these tomatoes all over again. I'll just have to cut off my tomatoes, add them into a pot, cut my peppers, and I'll cut my onion, garlic, ginger, add everything to one pot. Then I'll bring it to a boil. After that, I'll just blend it, and then I'll have to cook perfectly before adding other stuff. So keep watching and make sure not to skip. Meanwhile, I will now go ahead to put my chicken into the pot, and then I'll start by cooking my chicken. So right now, I'll just season my chicken. Just add everything into it. I'm adding my thyme. That much. Then I'll go ahead to add in other seasonings, and I'll let it cook, okay? Also my bay leaf, I'll add some of the bay leaves. Then I'll top it up with a bit of water. I'll just have to pour in some water, and I'll let it cook. Remember, I'm using hard chicken for this recipe, but you can go ahead and use soft chicken if you want. So while our chicken is cooking, I'll just go ahead to chop the tomatoes, the peppers, and I'll bring everything to a boil. Watch me cook this food. As you can see, I'm done washing my fresh tomatoes and peppers. So what I always do is, like, I always put warm water, then I'll just take off the skin. You see my celery and ginger, onion, everything. So watch me transform this. Remember, I told you I was going to add everything into my pot and boil. So if you follow this recipe, you will never go wrong with your tomato sauce. So right now I'm adding in my tomatoes and peppers. Then also I'll add in my jassa. After adding in my jassa, then I'll go ahead to add in my onions. As you can see, my pot might be looking so full, but when it's well cooked, everything will go down. Then I'll have to blend. So keep watching. And here is my tomato paste. So make sure you watch this video to the end. Thank you. Now that our peppers, tomatoes, onion, garlic are well cooked, it's now time for me to turn off the heat. Then I'll set aside for it to cool for like 10 minutes. Make sure the water completely dries out. It's now time for me to add everything into my blender and blend into a paste. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Now I have to blend everything into a paste and set aside. Can you see how thick this is? It's so thick and it's so yummy. Meanwhile, it's time for us to fry our chicken. Add the chicken into the hot oil. Fry until it's golden brown. So make sure to flip from one side to another and don't overfill your pan in the course of frying. This recipe is super easy, and make sure to share this video to your loved ones, to friends, so that each and every one of them will try this recipe. Can you see the tomatoes that I just blended? This is a combo of tomatoes, peppers, garlic, ginger, ginseng, and now it's time for us to continue with our cooking. Keep watching and don't forget to like this video. Now it's time for us to fry our tomato paste. But first, let's season some onions. Stir, stir. Make sure it doesn't get burnt. Then we will just add in our tomato paste. At this point, make sure to mix properly because we don't want it burnt, but we want it to be completely fried. Mix it properly until it's well combined. So now you have to keep stirring from time to time. Fry the tomato until it is separated from the oil, as you can see in my video. Can you see that? That's where you know the tomato paste is ready. So now what we have to do is we will just pour our blended cooked tomatoes into the pot. Then we'll add in our fried tomato paste and combine everything. Then we will have to cook it all over again until the tomato finally separates from the oil. Then we'll have to add our seasoning until we get the desired taste that we need for this recipe. Keep watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Now we just added in our fried tomato paste. Just make sure to combine everything and add in your seasonings. My friends, as you can see, here is where we do our final adjustments of our sauce. The sauce is rich in flavor. Look at how thick it is. Add in your chicken. After adding in your chicken, once the chicken is tender into the sauce, then we will just turn off the heat. After turning off the heat, you can serve this food with some rice, boiled plantains, yams, or anything you want to eat with. That is why you have to make it thick so that it can go with anything. But as you can see, this stew is so nice, so I'll have to save some in my freezer. Let me quickly give you some tips, okay? Jassa is the main ingredient for the Cameroonian stew. It gives the stew a unique aromatic flavor. Also, some people prefer to use palm oil because to them, palm oil in the stew, it gives a deeper and richer flavor and also adds color into their stew. So if you don't want to use just palm oil, you can combine both palm oil and vegetable oil together, okay? Now you can adjust the level of your spices. If you want some heat, then go ahead and add some hot pepper or chili. And you can see our food is all ready. Look at how simple this recipe is. It doesn't take time. You can even prepare the stew base and save in your freezer. Thank you and see you next time. Bye-bye.